I think what is important really, one of the milestone of the Fondation de la Horlogerie is really the training. It's one of our most important mission, and it's why we created the FHH Academy, just to train, to educate, to spread the words and amongst the community of sales staff and people working for the brand. So it's true that when we read your article, we were a little bit disappointed not to be
yes, I can imagine.
To be named, especially because it's really one of our main mission to try to transmit, to train, and we have different tools, digital tools to information, our website, our FHH journal, but I think the FHH Academy is really today maybe the most visible action worldwide from the Fondation.
So what shape does it take? Is there a bricks and mortar base somewhere where you bring people in and you train them, or is it all online? And how many people do you train? What sort of is it for engineers, for watchmakers, for technicians? What shape does it take?
Actually, everything. I mean, we launch with live training. Our concept is to have to create the content in Geneva because we're really close to the manufacturers, to the main fairs, Baselworld, and of course it's HH. But we have local trainers. Because our concept is to deliver the content locally in the local languages. That's important for us because terminology in watchmaking is so hard. So it's really important that people, and we deliver for sales associates mainly. Sales professional, sales associates. And so we create a live training. We are doing around 400 days of training per year. And we train since 2014 11,000 people.
And the majority of them are sales staff, or all of them are sales staff?
It's about watchmaking knowledge, neutral watchmaking.
And they are sales staff.
Yes,
they are mainly sales staff.
There are many sales staff. Yes, but we don't train about sales techniques. That's why I explained to you.
I understand that. Yeah,
it's very neutral knowledge, culture. I used to say the value of the fine watchmaking, because sales associates are in front of most of the time collectors or some people who sometimes don't know about watches. Okay, they can deliver them the price, but what we want them to deliver is more about the value, all the savoir-faire and
the
general knowledge. About fine watchmaking, about mechanical movement, about complication, and to be able to talk about their brands, but also the competition. Because it's sometimes, when you enter, and I don't want to name any brands, but they know only about their. And when you say, and if you have a client asking a question about another brand, saying, sometimes they even don't know the product of the competition. Yeah. And what is important with us is that we have the overview of all the industry. So we know perfectly everybody, all the brands, all the products. We have experts going,
meeting each brand every year.
Exploring all the brands here in SIHH, but also in Baselworld and everywhere in other exhibitions. And so we have really this expert content, and we can, of course, give it to adapt it in different training programs, physically, but also online.
Yes. I mean, in terms of tools, we start with the live trainings with real trainer, but right now we also launched 2 different apps, and the last one named Watch Live. So we have a keynote tomorrow at midday. If you stay here, we'll present more in details Watch Live. Yes.
Maybe you can show it. Yes. I think it's important.
Yes. I have Sarah.
And will you have to register to use this, or is it an open access platform?
No, it's not. C'est pas vraiment an open access.
I can show you. Watch Live app is an app to complement what we've done before with live training, but it also could replace. I can show you. This is an app, but we did it in synergies with brands. Now we have 8 brands. I used to call the ACHH of the training. I mean that it's only one app, a single entry point for all the maisons. At that time, we have 8 brands, and the brand, they publish their content in terms of micro-learning, micro-module,
Yeah. Okay.
mean it's 2, 3, sometimes 7 minutes of learning, but really digital oriented. I can show you, for example, the Panerai one. It's funny because it starts with a movie, but you go, you have some, that's I like, for example, it's sometimes I did.
You've done that one already,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it's 7 minutes.
So you're intermediate on Panerai now.
Yeah, of course.
And choose your language as well.
Yes,
How
you
many
choose
languages was that?
10 languages.
10 languages.
And I can see, I can show you, you can touch.
So they've supplied you with this content, have they?
Yes, and so that's why it's a digital content is different than anything you can find everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. So that's the real la plus-value, added value of that kind of tools is it is quick, it is everywhere, it is when you want, and you have some interactivity. You know. So we keep them. We keep the attention of the sales associate because today that's the challenge.
So do you have to be a sales associate in order to access
Yes,
this application?
exactly,
So
yeah.
I can't access it as a journalist.
If
I
you
can't
are,
access it as a
we have
consumer.
a part, it's free, open to the public, but if you have access to the content of the brands, you have to be sales associate and you have to sell that kind of watches. I just let me show you the other features. So you saw the Learn module, it's micro module learning, but you also have a social media hub. Here you have all the posts published by the brands on the different social media. For example, today is all about ACHH, of course, because it's ACHH. But sometimes you can have. I saw yesterday you can also have access to movies, and so it's the fastest way to have a general overview of the industry.
And so the public access will include that aspect of the app?
Sorry?
So members of the public, when they access this app, they won't get the full micro-learning. Will they get access to this?
Yes, you will access to the follow for the general public,
Yes,
will also to the follow.
But you have to be accredited.
No. You have two parts. The first part, we have the public part, when you can have access to the follow. You will not have access to the training but you have also access to the FHH Academy. And in the FHH Academy, you have 47 modules of learning about all the watch basics.
Right.
This is it's 9 modules, and module you have a different kind of lessons.
Very useful for members of the press who
Yes,
are
absolutely.
assumed to be experts.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to download the watch live.
And you have 10 languages in each module.
Very good.
So that's
So as a retailer, if I'm doing this learning course, this micro-learning course, and I complete all the different brands and all the different modules within it, do I get some sort of accreditation, some sort of certificate, something that is then useful to me when I go forward for new employment?
Rewarding is the last advantage of this kind of app, because in the center you can see a score. Each time you do, for example, I read a news, I had 1 point.
Okay.
But when I finish a module, I have 100, for example.
Oh,
it's
I
much
see.
more.
Okay. So you're that far through the process to get FHH
and
certification.
because
the concept of miles and more.
Yes.
And the FHH certification is a real certification we launched because most of the time, I told you about the live training before, during the live training, we prepare a certification. Our certification is a special tool developed by us to be sure, because this is a very scientific approach of testing the knowledge to be sure that the knowledge is the real knowledge, because we have an indicator of certitude, certainty degree. You have to, for example, it's a test of 80 questions for the first level. It's a multi-choice questionnaire. Online, you can do it online with a proctor.
What counts as a pass? How many do you have to get right in order to pass?
You pass when you have achieved 80% of the right answer, but your score is dependent of your degree of certainty. For example, question A, you have the choice of 4 answers. And if you select A and you say, I am 100% sure, and you're wrong, you will lose points.
Gosh.
But,
What's under the collar here?
Yes.
I feel the pressure.
but if you say that's right and I'm 100%